Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In front of millions, Kody Brown's world keeps falling apart, and this time it's due to more than simply deteriorating relationships. It's because of realities that are too personal. His ex-wives Meri and Janelle weren't holding back when the gloves came off in Part 3 of Sister Wives Season 19's Tell-All Special, where the strain is concentrated. Kody pass, and a voice at last for years of bitterness. Janelle and Meri break their silence. Although Kody pass has long represented the Brown family's bright future, Meri and Janelle both associate it with unresolved issues and memories of manipulation. Meri claims that she discovered early on that pursuing clarity only resulted in conflict. When we were all still living in Vegas, I asked why the property was divided that way, and I got into trouble, she disclosed. She just stopped asking after that altercation. However, the suspicions persisted. Meri claimed that she had always had a sneaking suspicion that Kody's name was positioned purposefully around the property. This irritation was echoed by Janelle, who recalled how often she and Kody disagreed on financial transparency. It was always obvious to her that Kody put Robyn and himself before everyone else. Kody's version and the reaction to it. In the same one-on-one interview, Kody's perspective presented a very different picture. He asserted that Robyn did not receive any of the money when the family received their first corporate payment, but his other wives supposedly benefited from it. In the spirit of mutual support, he continued, Robyn's share was used to help pay for the other wives' homes. However, Kody said that support is no longer there. He pointed to the past and remarked, they've always had each other's backs, especially when it comes to the kids. He asserted that he and Robyn are left to look after their younger children by themselves today. Online, the response was quick and harsh. After everything that transpired, one commenter retorted, asking why Kody would expect help for Robyn's children. He and Robyn are not worthy of receiving any financial assistance for their younger children simply because he did not contribute to Isabel's surgery. Others cited the extravagant spending of the family, Kody's collection of expensive watches and Robyn's expensive jewelry, as evidence of misaligned priorities. Kody feels like he's entitled to everything because he's Kody Brown, one reader said plainly. He must be a man and provide for his family. Children forgotten, loyalty broken. The criticism was not limited to the financial aspects. The emotional mistreatment that some of the older kids appeared to experience was brought to light by fans. One user wrote, not to mention, he basically stole money from all the older children who spent years on the show before the Robyns spawns came about. Christine's daughter Truelay was mentioned in another post. Who is going to help Truelay? Not Kody, unless the court orders it. David will treat Christine as if they were a true partner. However, Kody most likely neglected Truelay just like he did Savannah. The inference was obvious. Kody's selective attention and memory served as yet another rift in the family. Robyn's dead, a contentious beginning. Fans haven't forgotten how Robyn joined the Brown family dynamic, which has made things more controversial. Meri, Janelle, and Christine helped her pay off the $32,000 credit card debt she brought with her. Robyn ended up living comfortably in spite of this initial financial sacrifice. The other women were forced to live in rental properties when the family relocated to Flagstaff, but Robyn and Kody were able to buy a home of their own. For a lot of fans, that incident became emblematic, showing where Kody's resources and commitment really resided. What comes next? Fans of Sister Wives are anticipating more disclosures and probably more damage control, as the show gets ready to premiere Part 4 of the Tell-All on June 15, 2025. The future appears to be uncertain for Kody Brown. And it appears like the hush is finally gone for Christine, Janelle, and Meri. Does David Woolley, the husband of Christine Brown, receive anything for his appearance on Sister Wives? The answer to this question has been a mystery to many. David spends a lot of time filming and is as involved in the show as Christine is. It is possible, though, that he will not receive any compensation for the amount of time he has invested in Sister Wives. There's a lot to discover and reveal. To learn more about this circumstance, continue reading. Christine Brown and David Woolley move quickly together. Kody Brown was married to Christine Brown. She didn't need to leave, though, because she was no longer content in the marriage. She made the decision to live on her own and separate. Then she got to know David Woolley. The two clicked quickly and were becoming serious sooner than fans anticipated. Viewers were shocked when the couple soon got married. But it looks like David and Christine are having the time of their lives. Christine is shining in a way that admirers have never seen her do before, and they appear content with one another. People are therefore pleased for her in the end. Does his participation in Sister Wives earn him money? If David Woolley receives anything for appearing on Sister Wives, fans have been clamoring to find out. But it appears that Mary, Christine, Janelle, Robyn, and Kody are the only ones now receiving compensation. Is David compensated by the show? Compared to Robyn, he made a significantly greater contribution to tell-alls. According to what I hear, Krusty and the other four mains are the only ones who get paid. David probably wouldn't get paid since the children don't get paid. Unless they had a contract or agreement with TLC. I am aware that some children made an attempt. In reality, he should be compensated because it's filming, which means work. Considering how much time they spend on camera, I would presume that both Jen and David get paid. They must be comparable to supporting cast members, in my opinion. According to Gwen and Michael T., only the 5 primary adults receive compensation. They give the impression that any money received by the children or anybody else is money that the parent, Christine, decides to share with their children, but I suppose Christine and David might renegotiate. It appears that David is probably not compensated for appearing on the show. As of right now, only Christine, Mary, Janelle, Robyn, and Kody are aware of receiving compensation. Additionally, none of the kids receive compensation. Since he is just as much a part of the performance, many do not believe this to be fair at all. It's possible, though, that he does receive compensation. As of right now, it is just not proven. What are your thoughts on this? Are you surprised? Comment below with your thoughts. Your opinions on this matter would be greatly appreciated. Kody Brown has a track record of causing trouble. However, he has also been afraid to get involved in legal matters. For the first few years of the show, he and his family lived in Utah. At the time, polygamy was prohibited in Utah, so people were afraid he might be taken into custody. Kody was so scared that he decided to leave Utah in the middle of the night to avoid being arrested. However, according to certain reports, he is currently listed as a wanted criminal. So, what did Kody do? He has always acted quite suspiciously toward his ex-wives. In addition, he has always engaged in some kind of naughty behavior with Robyn. However, by their standards, it is astonishing that Kody or Robyn would do anything that could jeopardize their legal status. For the past few days, there have been some pamphlets claiming that Kody is among the most wanted criminals. So what did he do? Sister Wives, Robyn and Kody discuss their family's future. During a recent tell-all, Kody Brown said that he has permanently ceased engaging in polygamy in order to host Sukanya Krishnan. Are you planning to remarry or start a family? She asked. It's off the table as of right now, Kody continued. He admitted that the failure of the plural marriage scenario has saddened both Robyn and him. Robyn seemed to be nervous about the idea, too. She said she wouldn't consider it unless Kody was completely on board and gave her a strong assurance, but he isn't right now. She also joked that she would need a sign from God before she would be convinced to marry in several weddings. Sister Wives, does Kody Brown's arrest result from polygamy? Kody Brown has proudly and loudly engaged in polygamy. He has been married to 4 different women for about 30 years. His first marriage to Mary took place in the 1990s. In the same decade, he also wed Christine and Janelle. Robyn and Kody were married in 2010. Kody and his wives started the TLC reality program to normalize and increase awareness about polygamy. However, it seems like Kody is currently dealing with some legal troubles. An report claims that Kody had a run-in with the law and almost landed up in jail. A video of Robyn, his 4th wife, talking about her husband's legal issues has also been going viral. When the court sentenced Kody to prison for his religious and polygamous practices, the whole Brown family was upset. Robyn also stated in the video that because of their polygamous traditions and rural family, the state of Utah was threatening to prosecute them. For this reason, they moved to another state. However, this incident occurred about a decade ago. In 2016, Kody and his family were investigated by the Lehigh Police Department. Things now seem to be growing worse, even if the authorities did not throw them in jail at the time. Rumor has it that Kody is a wanted criminal as well. We are all aware that he has not committed any laws, despite the fact that many of us may be antagonistic. The rumors that he is a criminal are untrue. The videos and tales are fake, and Kody is safe and sound in his home. He had no legal problems in Utah or any other state. Kody Brown blames OG wives for financial snub to Robyn's kids, a 4,000-word deep dive into the explosive sister wives controversy. Kody Brown, the once proud patriarch of sister wives, is once again at the center of a firestorm, this time accusing his original wives, Mary, Janelle, and Christine, of deliberately cutting off financial support to the children he shares with Robyn Brown. This explosive claim has ignited debate across the fanbase, drawing attention to the long-standing fractures in the plural family and raising serious questions about favoritism, money, and legacy in the wake of the Brown family's collapse. In recent interviews and behind-the-scenes confessions, Kody has been painting a picture of betrayal, jealousy, and strategic distancing, accusing the OG wives of sabotaging the future of Robyn's children, Aurora, Dayton, Brianna, Solomon, and Ariella. His sharpest point? That the financial unity the family once prided itself on is now shattered, and that his younger children with Robyn are being left in the dust, not by strangers or enemies, but by the women he once called his partners in faith, love, and parenting. The roots of this drama stretch back to the early days of Sister Wives, when the Brown family presented a united front: one income, one family, many mothers. For years, the adults contributed to a shared fund that supported all children, regardless of whose biological offspring they were. It was the essence of plural living. What's yours is mine, what's mine is ours. But that dream began to unravel as cracks formed in Kody's marriages, especially with Christine's 2021 departure, followed by Janelle and Mary's eventual exits. The communal pot began to dry up. And now, Kody claims, the most vulnerable victims are Robyn's kids. In a blistering conversation captured during a season 19 taping, as sources familiar with filming have shared, Kody allegedly confronted Janelle and Mary over what he calls a financial snub directed squarely at Robyn's household. His complaint? That once they separated from him, they withdrew their financial contributions and refused to co-fund college savings, medical expenses, and future inheritances for Robyn's children. They pulled out, and they didn't just leave me, Kody is said to have declared. They left them behind, kids who did nothing wrong. But fans and critics alike are pushing back, arguing that Kody's logic is flawed and possibly manipulative. After all, when Christine left, she made it clear that she had supported all of the Brown children equally, raising not just her own, but actively parenting kids from Janelle and Mary. Even Robyn herself once acknowledged Christine's hands-on role with her children. Janelle, too, has long been praised for being the glue of the family, managing finances with pragmatism and fairness, often sacrificing for the greater good. So why now? Is Kody laying blame at their feet? One possible answer is that Kody's frustration is less about finances and more about control. With 3 of his 4 wives now fully estranged, Kody's once dominant role as provider and leader has crumbled. The income once pooled from TLC paychecks, family business endeavors, and personal appearances is now fragmented. Christine is thriving independently with husband David Woolley, launching new ventures and inspiring women to reclaim their power. Janelle has taken on her own journey of wellness, transparency, and self-sufficiency. And Mary, though quieter, has shown signs of peace and a renewed life in Utah. None of them are financially beholden to Kody anymore. Robyn, on the other hand, is still legally married to Kody and reportedly lives with him in the $2.1 million Flagstaff home they purchased together. She does not appear to have independent income sources outside of sister wives. Her children, particularly the older ones like Dayton and Aurora, have required extra care and support, especially during times of transition. But without the pooled resources, Kody says he's stretched thin. He insists that the rest of the family's retreat has left him and Robyn shouldering the entire financial burden, a claim fans aren't exactly buying, given the couple's luxurious lifestyle and his frequent displays of expensive taste. Where was this energy when Janelle was living in an RV? One fan commented on a Reddit thread, referencing the moment Janelle struggled to build on Coyote Pass, while Kody refused to live in less-than-ideal conditions. Now he's mad the OG wives won't foot the bill for his favorite wife's kids? Critics point to the deep hypocrisy of Kody's stance. For years, he championed unity, only to gradually isolate Robyn as his sole emotional and legal partner. His relationship with his older children, including Garrison and Gabriel, has deteriorated. He barely sees some of his grandchildren. And now, by framing the financial decisions of Meri, Janelle, and Christine as attacks on Robyn's children, he seems to be fueling more division rather than healing. But Kody's supporters, though fewer these days, argue that he may have a point. If the family once agreed to raise all children together, shouldn't that include financial obligations that extend beyond personal relationships? Some believe the other wives should still consider the younger Brown kids as family, even if their marriages to Kody are over. Kids don't get to choose who their parents are, one supporter posted. It's not fair that Robyn's kids are being cut off just because the adults can't get along. Still, the narrative Kody is spinning seems to ignore the larger context, his own actions, and how they have systematically alienated not just his former wives, but many of his children. He chose Robyn's family over everyone else time and time again, from COVID rules to real estate investments to holiday gatherings. His blatant favoritism created the very fracture he now bemoans. Insiders say that Robyn, for her part, has remained publicly silent, but behind the scenes, she's deeply hurt by what she sees as a rejection of her children. She feels like the OG wives are punishing her kids for choices Kody made, said one anonymous production source. She believes they should still be seen as part of the family, no matter what. Christine's husband David Woolley. Does he get paid for sister wives? The truth behind David's role in the TLC spotlight. The question that fans can't stop asking is this: does Christine Brown's husband, David Woolley, get paid to appear on Sister Wives? Ever since Christine remarried and introduced David to the public eye, his presence on social media, at events, and even in behind-the-scenes TLC content has raised eyebrows. Is he just a supportive spouse riding the wave of Christine's reality TV fame, or has he signed a contract of his own with TLC, joining the Sister Wives franchise as more than just Christine's plus one? To answer this, we have to look at how reality TV works, especially Sister Wives, a long-running series that has blurred the line between documentary and soap opera for over a decade. Kody Brown's polygamist family has kept audiences hooked with drama, heartbreak, betrayals, marriages, and divorces. When Christine broke free from the plural marriage in 2021, it marked a turning point, not just for her personal life, but for the direction of the show. Enter David Woolley, the man who helped Christine rediscover happiness. And now that he's part of Christine's life permanently, fans are wondering, is he also a paid cast member? According to insiders close to production, the answer is yes, with conditions. David is not considered a main cast member the same way Kody, Christine, Janelle, Meri, and Robyn were in earlier seasons. However, that doesn't mean he's appearing for free. TLC follows standard practices when it comes to paying supporting participants in their reality franchises. Whenever someone consistently appears on camera, speaks in confessionals, and is integral to a storyline, a pay structure is typically established. That doesn't mean David is pulling in the same paycheck as Christine, but it does mean he likely signed a release form and receives a modest appearance fee or stipend per episode, especially if he participates in talking heads or filmed events. This is also supported by Christine herself, who hinted during interviews in late 2024 that David was getting used to being filmed and that he really enjoys it more than he thought he would. That's not the kind of comment you make about someone who's just making casual guest appearances. David has been seen on camera during family functions, trips, and even joint interviews, which suggests a recurring role that's being coordinated with producers. So while he may not be under a star contract, David is part of the monetized machine that is Sister Wives Season 19 and beyond. It's also worth noting that Sister Wives has always adapted its format to reflect the real-time dynamics of the Brown family. Christine's storyline has become one of the most compelling narratives on the show, and TLC knows it. Her breakup with Kody, her emotional liberation, her new romance, and her fairy tale wedding with David are major draws. That means the network has an incentive to keep David front and center. And that likely comes with a check. Let's not forget the wedding special either. In 2024, TLC aired a special focused on Christine and David's wedding in Utah, and fans were treated to an inside look at the couple's love story. David played a leading role in that episode, from vows to family moments. It's almost impossible to imagine a production of that scale being unpaid. In fact, wedding specials on reality TV usually include a bigger budget, and those featured in the episode typically receive higher pay or negotiated compensation packages. This points again to David being paid, at least for special appearances, if not more broadly for the season as a whole. Additionally, sources close to the couple have noted that David isn't just on the sidelines of Christine's public life. He's shown up at live events, book signings, public Q&As, and brand partnerships. Whether it's an Instagram post featuring a product, a lifestyle blog appearance, or an episode of a TLC digital short, David is playing the long game. And make no mistake, TLC has a history of monetizing even digital content, meaning David's involvement there may come with its own payment arrangement. It's also important to consider the optics. Sister Wives has always been criticized for how the men, especially Kody, tend to dominate the financial narrative, while the women are left scrambling. But Christine's arc flipped that. She walked away, found new love, and built a brand outside the show. Fans love seeing her happy, secure, and in control. Having David be financially supported, especially if he's being brought into the show, further reinforces that Christine has turned the tables. And TLC would be foolish not to capitalize on that.